This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is advised, as the content may include strong language, adult themes, and topics not suitable for younger listeners.
This podcast has no affiliation with any sports leagues or sports programs discussed on the show. The views expressed are those of the host and the guest, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organizations. Enjoy the show.
Motherfucker, we gone crazy. Yeah, what up, what up, what up? I'm in here right now, and you know I'm dressed up. I messed up a few times, but shit, so what? It's fine because I just don't give a fuck. Just don't give a what mean or what yet? Just don't give a what mean or what?
All right, welcome to the March 1st episode of Parlay or Die. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the episodes. We're going to have normal lineup for them. We're going to have Blitz the Book, Sports News Network, Hear Me Out.
Ooh.
It's going to be a lot of quality, not as much substance on this one, more quality. So we're going to get into some talking points from the week news as well. Conference championships begin as early as 3/3, which will be Monday. 3/19 March Madness starts for us with the first four. So when that begins, guys, we will be weekly during March Madness, and then after that go back to bi-weekly on episodes coming out. But let's get to the one we don't want to talk to. We'll get it out of the way first. USA lost to Canada.
Tragic.
To those maple motherfuckers.
Those crazy Canucks.
You gotta be fucking knuckleheads.
Yeah, bunch of cunt knuckleheads.
Tommy, this loss hurt us. It seemed to hurt the boys on the telecast after to watch Canada be hoisting gold, even though it's not Olympic gold. It is gold from the tournament. They did win. I'm not going to take anything away from them, because if we won, I was going to let them fucking hear it. So I can't take that away from them. But does all that emotion pent up at the end, we see them they sat out there and watched them celebrate the win. Do you think that was to intentionally build a fire for the 2026 Winter Olympics that we have coming up next February in Italy?
Oh, absolutely. I think hockey is the most popular it's ever been right now. I think this four-nation battle with the little drama going on between America and Canada with the tariffs and all the other bullshit going on, I think this was electric. And I think every American, even if they're not currently thinking about it, they have it in their back of their fucking mind. Canada beat us, and we need to give it back to them. So I think they're holding on to it. They're letting that fire build inside them. And come fucking in Italy, they're going to show them some Italian shaved ice with their balls.
I feel that. Yeah, it's one of those things where they're going to let it fester them. They're not going to stop it by not thinking about it. They're going to let it piss them off for a year. When they're training, they have a reason to train harder. I think they're looking to unseat Canada as the number one hockey team in the world.
Good.
I'm hoping Russia plays, so we can also take that out of the equation of them saying, well, we couldn't play, that's why we're not number one. Fuck them.
They probably won't play. They can't get in the fucking Olympics. They can't quit fucking cheating.
I will say this. Trump may support the Russians, but I'll say fuck the Ruskies. So, also they mentioned with the success of the Four Nations Cup, we are looking at a possible Hockey World Cup, Tommy.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I think that format would be fucking awesome. I don't think they should do it mid-season because I think the owners are going to have an issue with the injuries that happen mid-season, and now some star players are going to be out. And the weeks leading up to the end of the season when shit should be ramping up, a lot of people's best players are now out because of how hard they went during the Four Nations Cup. But that's fucking hockey players, man.
Yeah,
they fucking go at it.
Different breed.
Like if it was NFL playing a exhibition game against another country, they probably wouldn't even fucking play because they don't want to get injured.
No, they can't even do the Pro Bowl.
Goddamn wussy pussies. They don't even do the fucking Combine. They didn't do Columbine. No NFL players were affiliated in Columbine.
Allegedly.
Those boys are dead, Tommy. You saying it's a JFK situation? We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. But yeah.
I'd like to know where Roger Goodell was in Dallas in 1967.
All right. So speaking of the Combine, not Columbine, started on Wednesday. Started on Wednesday with, they did a pun here, Tommy. The Combine kickoff started with kickers and punters.
Makes sense.
So they did all their special teams work there. Pat McAfee was live.
Oh.
It was a good little shindig. Quarterbacks, the important positions, besides like linemen and stuff, the skill positions, quarterback, running back, and wide receiver will be on Saturday. That'll be, that's the ones they actually show on television, like the trials happening, because they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Last year you saw the 40-yard dash record get broken by Xavier Worthy, who went to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, that's a fast dude. We got the draft coming up in Green Bay this year. What prospects have you excited, Tommy? And based on your team's needs, which prospects do you hope comes to the Carolina Panthers?
Ooh. I tell you who I don't want at the Panthers. I don't like any of the hype around Cam Ward. He's going to go high in the draft.
He's declined to throw in the combine.
He's already declined. He knows he's ass. He's holding on to what little fucking mystique he has left on his fucking image. But no, he's going to go to college, or he's going to go to pro. He's going to fucking fail. The Panthers do not need to waste time drafting a quarterback. They just re-signed Andy Dalton. They got Bryce Young, the best quarterback in the league. I think...
Yeah, I think y'all are out on getting another quarterback, re-signing Dalton.
No.
I think that locks it in.
But who I am interested in, who I think may be a decent addition, the Sanders boy. Now, the good thing about him is he can be put into a few different places. You're getting more bang with your buck. And there's actually a lot of teams now looking at letting him be that kind of open position where he gets to play both.
Tom Brady's been his mentor since he was 14. Like an active mentor, not just someone he looked up to from afar. Tom Brady's been training him since he was 14 years old.
Oh, not like how Tom Brady's my mentor?
Yeah, where, you just watch him on television and rarely masturbate to him. But who doesn't? It's Tom Brady. It's Foxy Tom.
Now, I will say I do not follow Tom in that I do not let my wife take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes 4 days a week.
In that case, you can say you learned from Tom.
That is
He
true.
is your mentor. All right, and then so for the Commanders, we have a late round pick in the first round because we made it to the NFC Championship. No big deal. No big deal.
Oh, I heard about that.
So we are picking pretty late, latest that we've picked in a long time without having to trade for that pick. I think that's a round where an Ashton Genty is going to go. I would love Ashton Genty to come to the Commanders. It would help Jaden Daniels to have a scary running back behind him. But, I mean, B-Rob's pretty scary. He's been shot before.
Yeah, and then walked it fucking off.
Yeah, he came back quicker than people come back from sprained ankles, which is insane. He came back in like 4 weeks from a gunshot. I know people that sprained their ankles that came back in 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Our buddy Matt George still bitching about his ACL tear over a decade ago.
Yeah, it's 15 years ago. Matt, get over it. Get the fuck over it. So, yeah, I'm hoping Ashton Genty. If not, there's a lot of talk that we're going to trade for wide receiver help for Terry McLaurin. There's been talks maybe Deebo Samuel.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's big. Talks about maybe getting Myles Garrett from the Browns to help on defense. We're talking about maybe moving one of our nose tackles to help accumulate, or we have the cap room, but to maybe get one of those trades to happen. They're talking about maybe moving one of them. I've even heard talks of re-signing Chase Young possibly because he's going to be a free agent.
Oh.
Which would be awesome because we traded him and then we just get him back.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that would be pretty cool. As far as drafting, though, Ashton Genty, I hope happens. I could also see them going for a lineman to help protect Jaden. That seems to happen whenever you think you found your quarterback. They immediately start like, well, let's protect him.
Oh, yeah. Don't do it.
It's logical. It's a logical thing to do.
The Commanders struck gold once last year. Jalen Daniels, pretty much the rookie of the fucking year. Maybe rookie of the franchise or even of NFL of all time. Can they do it again?
I know, yeah. That's where it has me more nervous for the for the draft because of that. Like now we have the pressure. It's like almost like returning Super Bowl champion, even though we won nothing. We won the draft championship, and now we have to defend our reign by following up on that.
Yeah, you need the Fat Jonah Hill from Moneyball.
Yeah, we do. Oh, fat motherfucker. And his statistics of baseball and such. Speaking of baseball, robo-umps, Tommy.
Yeah.
Robo-umps. The future is fucking the classic game of baseball. They're trying to put robots in there like it's the fucking Jetsons. Tommy, how does this have you feeling with robo-umps out there instead of a live man?
It's about fucking time. I'm tired of games being decided by some geriatric fuck out there who can't have a real job, so he's umpiring. Not to mention, the whole system's flawed. You're letting humans make split decisions with all the anxiety, biases, and stuff. There's so much that can go wrong. Take it all out of the fucking equation. There's a reason horse races don't have some old timer out there just on the finish line. That one won. They use a fucking camera. Because of course they do.
And VAR and soccer helps, even though it fucked us in a World Cup.
Yeah.
That ball didn't cross that fucking line. They're full of shit.
No.
That wasn't even a real ball they showed us in the replay. It was a fucking digital rendition. They're like, nope, this is where it breaks. Nope, fuck yourself.
But I will say, I will miss when the coaches and stuff got mad in baseball and would walk over and like kick dirt on the umpires.
That's one of my favorite things because it's like a move. Like it doesn't do anything to anybody, but they're like, I know I'm allowed to kick dirt at you. And they're just like, fucking stop me. Do it. And they have that like deranged look in their eye.
Exactly. You can't do that to robots.
Nope, you can't do that. And I mean, yeah, it'll be. I don't know how they handle like. You can't really shit talk a robot. I don't think it has like a humanoid form of any kind. I think it's just gonna be like a box.
That's true. We'll need new robot racial slurs.
Yeah, because and then as all humans do, we'll love technology until it fucks us, and then we condemn technology. So we're gonna say if it's a bet we won, thank God for the robo-ump, and if it costs us a game, you know, fuck everybody that loves technology.
Yeah.
The youngsters, fuck them. I think it is interesting that this discussion and decision pretty much. Well, I don't think it's been decided as a full 100% fact, but I think it is interesting that it comes up on the heels of a ump being caught for a betting scam.
Yeah.
Like within a week later, they're like, you know what, we'll replace these motherfuckers. These robots don't bet.
That's
But they
true.
also think Shohei Ohtani didn't bet, and he did. I don't care what anyone says. Shohei Ohtani bet.
Yeah, but his thing doesn't speak binary. He doesn't translate well.
You're telling me a robot can't talk to FanDuel?
I guess not. He doesn't know robotic Spanish. Ay, caramba.
Tom. All right. And the last bit of solid news that we've gotten from the week. We'll go two.
Okay.
First, what about three? Let's do three.
Okay.
Mac McClung wins the dunk contest. Congrats to the Whites.
Yay, white
Yeah.
people.
Whites are on a generational run, as most media outlets are saying. We had a pick six in the Super Bowl. We're taking credit for that one, not Cooper. We won the dunk contest 3 years in a row.
That's true.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Reed Blankenship, one of Cooper's teammates, won a Super Bowl as a white defensive back.
Oh.
2 white defensive backs on the same team. That's crazy.
And a white guy won the Daytona 500. I didn't see who won, but it wasn't Bubba Watson.
No, it was not. Frankie Muniz didn't win either, but he's a white, so.
Yeah, Malcolm's racing again.
He finished in the middle, but he hopes to not finish in the middle. Maybe we'll see on the Disney Plus the revival.
I can't wait for that. It's supposed to be a good show.
Can't wait to see Walter White as Frankie's dad.
That'd be cool.
He's just bald. It was all canon and true. So let's get to the next one. Yankees players dress code. They're allowed to have beards now.
Yeah, it's about time.
Their mom took the restrictor plate off. It's letting them be men. Tommy, this feels like a Seinfeld storyline to me.
Oh, yeah.
This feels like something George Costanza has got going with Mr. Steinbrenner. Like when he switched their uniforms to cotton.
Oh, terrible decision.
It was a terrible decision. They shrunk. They were really hot, even though you thought they would not be hot. And I just hear Larry David voicing Mr. Steinbrenner like, "Let the boys have beards," even though it's his son now, not the same one from when Seinfeld was airing. How are you feeling about this beard scenario?
Well, I'm glad the Yankees are coming into the fucking century finally. It's only 2025.
I feel like, Oh,
I'm
no.
so excited about this. I'm destroying our own sets. I'm all over the place. George is getting angry.
And as my dad would say, you ruined dinner. All right, so yeah, we're back to the beards. Yeah, they're coming to the century now.
Maybe this is the thing that actually turns them around. I mean,
You knocking the glass over or the beards thing?
thank God we don't have like a thing of salt here, because then I'd be so bad luck. I'd have to toss over
we'd
my.
have to not have you making picks for a minute.
No kidding.
Bet you got a house and home.
We purposely do not keep ladders or mirrors around here, just on the off chance. We are a very superstitious bunch, as most gamblers are.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, good to get rid of the beards. I hope they install a mandatory mullet, because I think mullets are cool. They're making a comeback. I think every athlete should rock a mullet.
I feel like that this rule was right under the rule of allowing blacks to play on your team. Like on their list of rules they're marking off that they're taking out, like allowing black players is right there. They don't have many of them, so they're still kind of like, maybe we shouldn't have took that rule away because it is the Yankees.
Yeah.
So they're like, maybe we should get that one back. But the beard thing it's out for now, and who knows? They might even allow them to be. They have to be a certain type of beard. It was in their.
Oh yeah.
In the wording of the rule, it has to be a well-maintained and manicured beard. Have they never heard of what a fucking playoff beard is? It means you don't touch it until you are done with the playoffs.
Oh, the Yankees are going to fuck themselves right out of it.
Well, they know a lot about fucking themselves out of some playoffs, so what's going to be... They're not going to blame the beard. They should blame their general manager.
No kidding.
And for our last bit, Dana White this week did a late announcement. I was alerted when I woke up because I was asleep. That 314 co-main and main event have been announced.
Yeah.
With Ilya dropping the lightweight title, it is vacant. There is going to be main event Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Speaking of mullets, he's got a sweet mullet. Diego does. Up and comer, Volk. I am a big Volk fan. I'm very excited about this fight. My moral compass tells me Volk doesn't deserve a title fight after losing 3 straight fights in a row.
No.
That doesn't say that you deserve it. I think you should win one more, and they could have put somebody else in there against Diego for the title. But I do like Volk. I'm a fan of him. He's a good guy. He makes good steaks. I'm a fan of him. I follow him. I went and saw him fight Yair Rodriguez in Vegas. Like, I like the guy. My moral compass is telling me that someone else should be there just because of the past 3 fights history.
Yeah.
And as a fan, all these fighters that are the old guard, you're starting to have to... You want them to win, but they're just not beating the new guys that are much younger.
Yeah.
I think Volk is, even though he's in a title fight, you shouldn't feel like you have to retire off losses after a title fight. I think he should ponder it, especially if he gets knocked out, because that'd be knocked out 3 times in a row. That's not good for your brain when you're almost 40. I don't want to see him go. I like Izzy. I like Volk. A lot of people that are having to come to terms with where they're at in their age. Dustin Poirier is one. He's got 1 fight left on his career, which I don't know how you'd approach that fight, knowing that you could just if you don't want to do it, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you wake up in the morning for that one, but it's a lot of old guard we're having to realize is on their way out, and it sucks. But
The sun's setting.
I like Diego in this one, but we don't have to make that pick yet. That's for April. We're going to save that one.
Can't wait.
Um,
But the co-main event with it is what I'm excited about. Patty the Batty.
versus Michael Chandler in
yeah.
a 5-rounder. They have actually released the odds for this already. Patty, the slight favorite at -120.
Ooh, yeah.
Which is not what Dustin Poirier said. I like Dustin, but he should shut his fucking Louisiana-ass mouth. That was not needed. He was like, pretty much in a summation of what he said was, I don't like Michael Chandler at all. I think he's a dirty fighter. But I think he's going to kick the shit out of Patty. You're on your way out. You've already declined the Patty fight.
Yeah.
Dustin, just shut your fucking mouth and just finish your fight that you're... Obviously, you didn't want Patty. I think what he's doing, though, is he is going to take the Patty fight because Dustin said his fight will be in July or August in New Orleans, in a New Orleans card. They've never hosted a card before.
And that makes sense why he'd retire down there.
So I think Patty's fighting in April. If Patty beats Michael Chandler, Dustin's already building up the animosity between them, where he doesn't like him, picking against him. If Patty wins, I think Patty is Dustin's retirement fight.
Oh, that'd be a good fight.
That's the only reason of why I could think he would root for Michael Chandler when he hates him.
Yeah.
And the only thing Patty's done to him is try to get the fight already scheduled.
Yeah,
So I think if Patty takes it, Dustin Poirier will be in his future. And like we just said, unfortunately, he will be retired.
Yeah. That'd be good, though.
They're going to close the door on Dustin.
They
I
need
used to
to.
hate Dustin. Remember when he
Beat up
the
Connor?
days when he fought Connor? No, the early days. When he
Oh,
fought Connor?
yeah, the first one.
He was a loudmouth punk kid at the featherweight division. I did not like him. I was glad he got his head smacked in. I was upset that Connor got his head smacked in when they rematched. Now I don't care because Connor's a bad person.
Yeah. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
How dare you, son of a bitch. You as well. But yeah, so that fight card is exciting. I'm waiting to see who else is going to get announced for that card. I'm a huge Patty stan.
No,
I
yeah.
have to get one of the wigs, and I'm buying that pay-per-view. It's crazy that he started out with his management team and being Barstool.
No kidding.
Dave Portnoy being at every fight ringside and root cheering him on. I guess since then that contract has expired because I haven't seen Dave there since. But that was pretty exciting. There's
Yeah.
also hopes of him even doing a Barstool podcast while being a fighter,
Oh, that'd be cool.
where he talk to other fighters and have camps and stuff. And
Yeah. Hey, Patty, if you ever want to come on, we'll let you host with us one day.
Scousers don't get knocked out. He does the... Yeah. So yeah, UFC news is exciting, Tommy, but not as exciting as this episode. Like I said at the beginning, we have Parlay or Die Sports News Network, Blitz the Book, Hear Me Out. And then you know what? We're going to send them home. We're going to let them have an early out.
Yeah, you guys earned it. Get out there, do some gambling. Gamble with your children. Have you ever thought about spending time with them, turning off the TV, and pulling out your phone and betting with them?
The weather's been nice. Maybe try this. Gamble outside.
It's
You
true.
could gamble outside. How about that?
Take your children to the local park and have them play t-ball and bet on the over-under on the terrible-ass swings.
Tommy, you can't do that. You know how many times I've got on the gambling app and realized 4 hours have passed? They would easily realize their kid has been taken 3 hours ago by a pervert or something like that. That's the worst case.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they get kidnapped by a flock of ducks down in Coonskin. Those ducks are no good nicks.
Wah.
They're dirty. They need to take baths. Those are bad ducks. You don't want your kid being led by those ducks.
No, kind of like an Oregon football team.
You're a son of a bitch. You're a son of a bitch. Go Oregon. Go Oregon.
Okay, let's get started on the episode.
Let's get it going.
Hear me out.
All right, hear me out. We need to get rid of drug testing, specifically for non-performance enhancing drugs. I know everyone keeps touting, and every fucking 12-year-old that learns what steroids is starts touting, let's just have everyone do all the drugs and have them just go crazy. Yes, that'd be fun, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about reality. We obviously cannot have athletes doing steroids and cocaine all the fucking time. That's insane. Let's just take it out of the equation. But what we could do, realistically, is alleviate a lot of the stress on the players and let them take drugs that are not performance enhancing. What is fucking wrong, Stephen A. Smith, with a little guy taking some weed? They can lay on the weed. Smoke a doobie after a game. You just played a hell of a fucking game and maybe cover a spread and won me some money. Enjoy yourself. Do a little heroin. Do some fucking weed and just chill out. Have some fun and enjoy your life. It's not all about the fucking game. It's not all about your career. You need to enjoy life. And I think if you're not getting an edge in your competition, this should be no problem with you enjoying your spare time.
In the spirit of the competitions that happened this week between America and its potentially 51st state, I'm gonna bring out something I've kind of noticed here, and it's not because you're special in any way or anything about you. I'm doing it because it's there, and then that's why you'll never measure up. Canadian football, if you've noticed or ever watched Canadian football, one, it has trash-ass rules, and they don't make fucking sense at all. And I feel like they keep that distance away, and they try to play it as we're unique. It's a different league. In Canada, we do it different. No, it's bullshit. You're doing that to keep the NFL at an arm's length.
The goal of every player in your league is to make the NFL because it's a better league, more money, more people watch it, more people care about it. If it was canceled tomorrow, the NFL, millions of people would be sad. If Canadian football was canceled, no one would be sad at all, except for the players on the team that somehow collect paychecks still. But you keep the unique rules to keep the NFL at an arm's distance so they can't ever say, if you think you measure up, let's put our All-Stars versus your All-Stars and see how that fucking game goes. We don't want to see 106-0. I don't want to see the game happen, but I am just bringing it to the forefront that you have these separate rules to make the game a different game. So the NFL, if you ever talk shit, the NFL couldn't be like, let's meet on the gridiron because your game's just totally fucking different. It's a different game. And good on you, Canada, to make yourself look uniquely, not like a pussy. So, thank you.
Hear me out. We're finally in the golden age of sports. We are at the pinnacle of the best we've ever been as far as technology and human existence. It is about time we move away from the dated system of referees and finally use robots and sensors for every sporting activity. I know we all love the old school refs. It's fun to give old timers a job, have them out in the field. It's fun to see the calls and see them mess up and throw the flags. But it's a waste of fucking time. It ruins the game, and it just makes everything so much worse. I'm tired of hearing every season people bitch about the refs. The refs are winning the game for the Chiefs. The refs are winning the game for the Lakers. Let's just fucking take them out of it. We have the technology. Jesus fucking Christ. We can put sensors in the balls. We can tell exactly where they are at any time. We put a man on the fucking moon. But you can't tell me we still rely on an 80-year-old geriatric fuck to tell me what a first down is? That doesn't make sense. We can evolve past this. I'm tired of the minutia fucking stuff getting wasted. I'm tired of arguing over inches when we don't have to. We have all the fucking cameras in the world. We can videotape people going 1,000 miles per hour down the Las Vegas Strip hitting dogs, but we can't see when someone crosses down on a safety or a field goal. It just needs to be over. We need to get rid of the refs and move on with our lives.
Alright, y'all. Hear me out. I won't answer this question. I'm going to pose it for you guys to answer, and I'll just take the implications of what I think your answer is going to be, and I'll expand off of that. Why does it seem, I'm not saying it, I'm not the one saying it, why does it seem like the newer generation of athletes are non-competitive pussies? Again, I'm not saying it. I'm not the one saying it. I'm asking you guys why it seems like that. I'm not the one calling you names. I'm not the old man yelling at clouds here. All I'm asking, we have players withholding from the NFL Combine. Are you scared you're going to pull a hammy running? Like, this is ridiculous. At this point, I think they think if I go, it's going to only hurt my performance more than it could better what I could get drafted at. That's pussy shit. Like, if you're slow, they're going to see you're slow. If they see one of the other prospects are faster, they're going to figure that out. You're just buying, fucking a month before your pro day or something to try to get a little bit better. You even have a second shot at your pro day to get better on your combine time if it wasn't great. It's just non-competitive bullshit. Like, they want to get any way that if it's like a competition to them is more of a risk of hurting their reputation than a chance to fucking feel proud of yourself or feel glory from doing well. They're way more scared of feeling like, oh, I didn't do well, than learn to fucking win now. That's who I want on my pro team, is a person that is not afraid to go the fuck after it, doesn't quit when they're down, and will fucking go win because they love to win, and losing fucking sucks. Not losing sucks, so I'm not going to play. Like, it's fucking bullshit. And I'm not the one saying it. I'm not the one saying you're non-competitive pussies. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what it seems like, that you're non-competitive pussies. Thank you. All right, folks, and we're doing another joint Hear Me Out because of such a good reaction last week. We're bringing it back. So this time we're going to discuss the USA-Canada game, the Four Nations tournament as a whole, actually. Tommy, so what's your opinion on, one, how the Four Nations Cup went last week, and maybe the impact it's made on fans that were not fans of hockey now but have now seen it as it was on the big stage against country versus country?
Or hear me out. I think it was a great thing. I think the Four Nations this year was really well watched and well received. Me personally, a lot of people in my office that don't even watch hockey were talking about the fights in the first 9 seconds of that USA-Canada game in the first one. This did a good job of bringing non-hockey fans into the realm of hockey, because everyone can root for America. You don't have to understand what's going on. It's like the World Cup. People who aren't soccer fans watch the World Cup, no idea what the fuck offsides is. That people don't know, but they just enjoy rooting for America. And that's exactly what was going on here. And I thought they were good games. I thought all around it was a fun time. I know Sweden and Finland tried their best. They were never really contenders. This whole thing was brought together by the America-Canada kind of political turmoil going on behind the scenes that just kind of elevated it. And this whole thing was electric the entire way through, from fucking Canada back to Boston.
Absolutely. I think they did a good job as well. I kind of just reiterating on your point that how it was portrayed to the American people, or anywhere, to be honest, but we saw it on the American side of it, and how the fans got excited about it quickly. I think the NHL understood the assignment on how to do this, but the players also understood the assignment of people are going to be watching us, more people than normal. Let's fucking go as hard as possible. The one thing I see with doing this again in the future is when team owners' opinions start getting involved, of how many people got injured during a All-Star weekend. Usually you don't get any injuries during an All-Star weekend, and there were people that couldn't play in the Four Nations final because they were so injured. And some people had to go home and weren't even eligible to play because of injury. I think that's a big issue that we're going to see, is not from the players, not from the fans. It's going to be from the owners saying, well, now we're back to where it counts for us, the Stanley Cup, and our best players aren't there because they fucking injured themselves playing international hockey on a break.
Yeah.
So
it is kind of weird timing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird timing.
To do this in the middle of the season instead of at the tail end, like the NBA or the Pro Bowl.
It's because on Olympic years, they do have a break in the middle of the season for Olympians to go play for their teams, which, I mean, does submit them to that same kind of risk anyway during that break. Mm-hmm. And they, with the success of this, NHL's talked about putting together a World Cup of sorts for hockey, where every country, would have like a bigger tournament, and then someone would win that as well. I think that'd be a great idea. It keeps the players playing, hockey players. They're a special breed of athlete is what I'm realizing. They're like 80s football players, like football players from the 80s. They love to hit people. They loved playing football. The guys now don't like playing football. No. If they have to be on the field the least amount of time, that's when they're the happiest. They're like, oh, thank God. We are out there only for 2 plays instead of 4. So I think hockey players are probably most like the 80s football players that just love it, and they love playing the game, and they kind of remember that it's a fun game to play and not as a risk to their podcasting or streaming. So I think that's pretty fucking cool, and hockey's got that, and now they're able to show that to the fans. I think it's gonna switch. It's a fan sport. It's very fan friendly. It's not like a lot of people won't like golf because it's boring, or NASCAR. Most people's gonna like hockey. There's teamwork. It's fast paced. A lot of hitting. I think it matches a lot of people. It's gonna grow a lot more here soon.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's so popular in other countries that makes it tough. America, I think, likes football because it's so unique to us.
It's ours.
Exactly. Same with baseball. I know other countries do basketball, they do baseball.
Cricket.
Yeah. But hockey is definitely bigger in Canada than anything else. So I could see where hockey's already at a little disadvantage here, where people have to come over that stipulation of, oh, you watch the Canadian sport? What are you, a fucking communist? And no one wants to be called a communist.
No, absolutely not.
But, Jay, if they did expand this, say 4 nations next year, they go out to like 6 or 8 nations. Because it's round robin. They can have as many as they want within a finite thing before they have to go to a bracket. What other country would you like to see in this thing?
One, I'd like to see, and not because I like the country of any way or shape or form, I think it makes it a way more interesting tournament, and their players are good players, is Russia.
Ooh.
Russia wasn't allowed to participate in the last Winter Olympics because of the stuff they have going on and they're doing out there. I don't know if you'd get like a total ceasefire out of the guy, but I think Vladimir Putin would make recessions because he's a competitive person. Obviously, he's got that like small dick energy that comes out as big dick energy because he's got like a Napoleon complex of like, he's gonna like, I'll stop firing at you guys to show you my athletes are better than yours. Like, I feel like he has that in him. So it's still letting a bad person participate, but like, let the boys out there and fucking hit them. So I think that would be a team I'd want to see in it. I mean, other than that, it kind of gets slim. Usually Germany competes pretty well. I don't even know if England has a hockey team. I feel like they don't. Australia would be funny if they did. Just looking like a kangaroo on their shirts, and they're like, "Aye, mate." But yeah, Russia would be the one I'd want to see.
Crocky, the guy for Iceland.
Iceland, what's offsides?
Honestly, put up Jamaica. Have them get a bobsled and a fucking hockey team at the same time.
That's a callback to Mighty Ducks 2 when they were in the Cup. They did play a Jamaican hockey team of kids.
Oh, that's right.
And they had the tie-dye jerseys, which was real. That's a good way to put Jamaica. Just like, y'all are tie-dye. And not your Rastafarian colors. It's just like, you're American 70s tie-dye. Have fun with it, bud.
It was a different time. We didn't know Jamaicans back then.
Yeah, we didn't know what colors to make their jerseys. We didn't know they existed till Bob Marley. And that's, well, thank you for hearing us out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Making headlines this week, PFL fighter J.J. Wilson has been suspended for 3 months following a positive test for steroids, in which he said was caused by sharing a vape with somebody. In other news, PFL fighter J.J. Wilson thinks the world is fucking retarded.
Lakers coach J.J. Redick recently said in an interview that he is a big LeBron fan and he's what the kids would call glazing him. No, J.J., what the kids would say you were doing is sucking his dick.
The Colombian president is making headlines this week by stating cocaine is no worse than a shot of whiskey. Yeah, exclaimed from the back of the press conference by Ebony and Ivory pair Conor McGregor and John Jones, infamous cokeheads.
A 22-year-old University of Cambridge basketball player has just set an NCAA record by becoming the first athlete to score a point in a basketball game with one arm, finally putting rumors to rest that it is easy enough to play women's basketball with one arm tied behind your back.
Notable Falcons fan Carolyn Birdlady Freeman has made headlines this week with her mugshot. Yes, the Falcons fan that dresses like a Spider-Man supervillain was arrested mid-game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Nothing really makes that rise up motto hit home more unless it's followed by put your hands behind your back and you have the right to remain silent. Go Birds.
In a new tactic to try and attract younger fans, the New York Yankees have just announced that they are removing a long-standing policy and are now allowing their players to have facial hair and beards. I hear next year they're going to try an even newer tactic of actually winning games to try and attract fans.
News shocking this reporter, turns out what arguably made the worst ball Jell-O find any success since attempting to steal retail merchandise in China was his father saying the dated statement, "I'd give my foot for," followed by the statement, "for you to not be a piece of shit." Since then, Jell-O has signed a record deal and LeVar has lost 1 foot. At this rate, LeVar Ball will have the same amount of feet as Lieutenant Dan to get one of his sons an NBA title. All right, Tommy, and for our UFC picks this week, we're not going to really talk about the Apex card that's happening this weekend. Kind of a poop card.
Yeah.
Dana's kind of shitting on us in this one. If you need a parlay, do Brundage, Rebavix, and Charles Johnson. It's the only thing I can give you on that card that's worth a goddamn. But we're going to go on to UFC 313 on March 8th. It's a good one.
It is.
Main event, we have the Poatan. So that, I mean, the card just kind of, that's the best. And it's at the apex of the event, the finale.
Usually is.
Yeah, that's where the main event occurs for sure. But I mean, it just kind of gets better from there. We're gonna start with King Green, 32-16-1 versus Mauricio Hoofy, who is 11-1. Tommy, who do you see in this fight coming out as the victor? The truest of gladiators, the best man.
This one's interesting. This one, you have the experience, the old guard versus an up-and-comer that has shown a lot of promise. 11-1, that's good. But 32-16. I like the lean, mean, green machine. I like King Green on this one. He does have a little bit more experience, but he also has a higher striking volume than Ruffy. So I think he's going to push the pace a little bit. He's going to control the fight, how he knows how to do. I see a slight edge. I don't see him finishing this one. I see it goes the distance. I think definitely take the over for rounds.
I could definitely see it going the distance if Bobby is winning. My bad. King Green. He's no longer Bobby anymore.
Yeah, Bobby's what you call like an 8-year-old.
Bobby is his slave's name, but really it's his mama name, the one that his mama gave him. Yeah, so they're fighting in the lightweight division, 155. So there's knockouts in 155. You got Justin Gaethje, all them. There are powerhouses there, but
yeah,
they're not the bigger weights where you're kind of assured a knockout or on any card. They're fighting out of the same stance. Reach advantage goes to Hoofy. King Green's coming off getting choked out by Patty.
Ooh, yeah.
I think in the first round. So, I think his pride's a little hurt. I think he will try to prove something here. I'm going to take Mauricio Hoofy out of the Fighting Nerds. I like that camp a lot. They've won me a lot of money. That's where I'm leaning on this one is Hoofy. Maybe submission again. I think he might get submitted again twice in a row.
See, there's no way. I think he's going to be looking for that. Jay, I think you're just fucking wrong.
And I may be, but I think this is another one of those where he is the old guard. If he takes a loss here, if he survives this one, if he takes another loss 3 in a row, I think Dana gets rid of him. He is getting old, but I'm going Mauricio Hoofy. I wouldn't pick whether it would be before the distance or not. I think he's a little too risky. I think he could get tapped, but I think Hoofy could point him too. You decide at home if you want to do that or up the bet. If not, I would say Hoofy moneyline. Tommy's going King Green.
Absolutely. Make some money. Follow me. Or put in the comments. Tell us who you think.
All right. And for the second fight of the main card, we have Amanda Lemos, 14-4-1, versus Yasmin Lucindo. She is 17-5. This fight is taking place in the strawweight division. Lemos is 5'4" with a 65-inch reach. Lucindo, 5'3" with a 66-inch reach. Lemos is fighting out of southpaw. Lucinda, orthodox. Tommy, on these two ladies, where do you think the monies should be on this?
Well, see, let's take a look at this. We have two Brazilians duking it out, and one, Lemos, is a striker. She has a very high striking accuracy, but Lucindo has more takedowns per fight. So you have a Brazilian who's good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or a Brazilian who's okay at punching. I think you take the fucking grappler on this. I think Lucindo, I think she takes it to the ground. I think this one actually ends. I think this is one of the rare fucking female fights that doesn't go the distance. I think if she can get on top of her, she's going to keep her down. I think it's a submission. I think you can make some money this way.
That's a risky bet when it's only 3 rounds.
I know.
Yeah, that's risky. I like the risk, Tommy. I'm going Amanda Lemos. She is an output machine, a cardio master. She puts on pace, which causes her opponents a lot of problems because it gasses their tank to where they can't do too much. If she keeps her tank up, they're kind of just a sitting target trying to move and not really getting any points on the other end. I could see Lemos by decision. I could also see Lemos by like a TKO possibly, where it's just like the doctor stops or the ref stops it because of unanswered punches. So I'm going Amanda Lemos for the second fight. Tommy's going Lucindo. Moneyline? Or no? Before the bell.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking the submission.
Submission, Lucindo,
Method
and
of-
I'm going moneyline, Amanda Lemos.
Alrighty.
For the third fight of the evening, we have Jalen, the Tarantula Turner. He is 14-8. He is versing Ignacio La Hula Bahamundes. He is a 16-5 fighter. This fight takes place in the lightweight division. Turner, his height is 6'3", 77-inch reach. Bahamundes is 6'3", with a 75-inch reach. Turner is fighting out of Southpaw, Bahamundes, Orthodox. Where the money at, Tommy?
Ooh.
Where are you putting your money?
This one's going to be a good one. This one's going to be real close. I want to give the slight edge to Bahamondes. I think he's just going to be a little bit more on the game. I think he's going to have a higher punch volume. I think it's going to be a fucking slugfest for sure. So I'm taking Bahamondes.
It's not a bad pick. Last time I think I saw him fight was out of the UFC Nuevo card. The one that was inside the Sphere. There, it was a good card. A lot of good Mexican fighters and Brazilian fighters were featured on that card. I'm going Jalen Turner. I saw Jalen fight Dan Hooker. UFC International Fight Week 2023. I saw him live there. He is a good fighter, a very good fighter. He's got good pace, got good punches. His losses are kind of where he gets lackadaisical and he gets too cocky with his punches and he kind of drops his hands a little bit. If he keeps his guard up so Ignacio can't capitalize on those openings, I think Jalen Turner takes this one by, I'd normally say knockout. I'll take decision on this one. So Jalen Turner by decision is where I'm leaning on it. And Tommy is going Bahamundes.
I like it.
Moneyline?
Moneyline.
Moneyline.
It's also a fun name to say. And I've just found out he is Chilean.
That's what's up.
He's a spicy little chile.
Oh. Spicy. All right, for the co-main event, we are unfortunately not going to be able to pick this one live. Justin Gaethje is looking for an opponent. I know Money Moicano has said if he gets the contract, he will do it. He's the one who just lost to Islam for the title.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be a good scrap. I know also Rafael Fiziev has thrown his name in the ring for a possible fill-in. And they fought before, so that would be a second fight. I'm kind of leaning more to see Money Moicano fight him. It'd be a first-time fight, and Money Moicano can rip it.
That would be good. But I don't care who he fights. I think Justin has this one. I don't think anyone they bring in is going to be trained on enough. Like, I know he just fought Islam and lost that fight, but I think Justin's going to be in a little bit better shape. And no matter who they put him up against, I think he's coming out on top.
It's a weird thing that's happening with a lot of the fighters is they're in winner retire situations, which is sad for Justin because he's coming off wins, actually. But he knows at the point he's at, taking a loss means he's probably not going to get a title fight in his career.
Right.
And most people retire if there's just not a possibility of getting a title. I would probably think of it as a job, but I don't fight. But I'm like, I don't care if it's for the title. If you're paying me fucking a lot of money to be here and fight people, I will do that too. But
Yeah.
I mean, you always want to have the want to be a champion. You'll fight harder for that. But I hope he gets a good opponent because that one was exciting. I was very excited to see Dan and Justin go at it.
I know it's disappointing.
All right, and for our main event, we have a championship fight in the light heavyweight division. We have Alex Poatan Piera. He is a 12-2 fighter coming in at a slight favorite at -120. He is versing Magomed Ankalaev. He's a 21-1 fighter with one no contest. He's coming in as a +100 underdog. That is a live dog, almost a pick'em. Pieta is 6'4" with a 79-inch reach. Ankalaev is 6'3" with a 75-inch reach. And both fight out of Orthodox.
I didn't know they were Jewish. Good for them.
They fight right out of the synagogue. All right, Tommy, so tell me why you're going Poatan.
No.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I'm going Piera.
Pieta is Poatan.
Oh, I got my things mixed up. Yeah, I think for knockout wins, 5 consecutive wins in a row. That's very telling. I mean, that's a great fucking stat. Volk, he
Magomed.
oh my goodness. Anywho's, I'm still taking this guy. Fucking 4 knockouts, 5 consecutive wins. Those are some heavy fucking knuckles. I wouldn't want to be hit by that shit.
Chama. I am also going with Poatan. He's gonna hit it on him on his walkout. And Magomed, I don't think has fought someone with really the power and placement of his punches like Poatan. I think I can almost call the punch. He's done it twice in a row. I think it's gonna be the left hook. Lead left hook. He's knocked his opponent out with twice in a row.
Okay.
I think that is the punch to look out for. If you could pick that and win $1,000 off 100, I would do that. But you can't. I don't think they allow you to pick the strike that puts him down.
No, I don't think so. That'd be cool though.
That would be sweet. But I would say, obviously, if I'm going knockouts inside the distance.
Yeah.
If it was outside, that'd be illegal. But
that's assault, brother.
I'm going with Chama and knockout. I don't have those odds, but it would be some good money. Probably around plus 2 to 300. Double or triple your money. And it's I would say a lock. Magomed isn't, for being as much of a Russian and a Dagestan as he is, he does like to kind of box around a little bit. He's not just a wrestler. So I think Poatan's going to be able to work around, hammer some leg kicks early to limit Magomed's movement laterally. And I think he's going to find that left hook probably in the second or third round.
I can see that. I think that's good. I think if you parlay that with my picks earlier, you make some serious cash.
Absolutely. Or mine, whatever. However you want to parlay it up together. We give you the picks, you make the parlays. Yes. And we are going to move on to our next. What do we have next? We are going with NBA parlays.
Ooh, nice.
That'll be next. All right, we're going on to our NBA parlays for the weekend of March 2nd. First and second, Tommy, what do you have jotted down?
First off the bat, we have the Hornets against the Wizards.
Is that like the battle of the worst?
Oh, it's awful. This is terrible. I saw they were giving out the tickets and Happy Meals earlier in the week. But anyway, if you're going to bet on this fucking shit show, I'd take the Hornets. They've shown a little bit of promise. They can win a few games. The Wizards, not so much. I think if you take the Hornets, you're going to make some money. Then, moving on, we've got the Pistons winning against the Nets. Pistons actually doing really well this year.
Yeah, I know. Make the playoffs. They're favored to make the playoffs 18-1.
I know Detroit teams don't usually do well in the playoffs, but this might be a change of pace for this season. Then, finally, we've got the Grizzlies against the Spurs. I like the Grizzlies. I think they're playing well this year. Spurs, they're kind of middle of the road. They're both actually, if you look at the rankings right now, they're pretty even. It's kind of a pick 'em. But I really just don't have any respect for Spurs.
Wemby's out as well.
Wemby's out. So, right there, you got a 3-game parlay. Easy money lock of the week.
Absolutely. Did you hear about Joel Embiid?
Oh, no. What's up with that?
That's some fucked up shit. He is having knee issues again, and they are discussing whether they should break his hip to realign his leg to alleviate pressure on his knee. He is out the rest of the season regardless.
Does he have to suck dick so often? I mean...
At this point, I think he should just fucking retire. I don't think he's made it through a whole season of not being injured.
No. He's like Christian McCaffrey.
And they were like... He tried to blame the NBA last year because they were like, he's injured because y'all made him play to be All-Pro eligible. No one made him play. He signed the fucking contract to play basketball.
And it's basketball. Half the time they miss games anyway. Fucking LeBron sits out half the games. Yeah. You know how pissed I would be if I bought tickets to go see LeBron James and he's just fucking sitting on the sides?
Happens all the fucking time to people. That's why they had to make this rule where you have to play so many games to be All-Pro eligible.
Yeah.
So they can't just sit games. Mine,
what do you got?
I have March 1st. I'm going Kings at Rockets. Virtually a pick 'em. I'm going Rockets money line. I like where the Rockets are going. They're on an upward trajectory to the moon.
A little October sky.
Little October sky. Homer Hickam. All right, for number 2 on March 1st, I'm going Bucks Mavs. Mavs money line. The Bucks are just kind of so-so. They lost Chris Middleton.
Isn't Giannis still out?
I think he's back, but losing Chris is big for him, especially because they didn't really gain anybody from the trades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think they might have got a pick. And then, Dame has been lackadaisical all year. For my next pick, I'm going March 2nd, Bulls Pacers. I'm going Pacers money line.
Nice.
I like them more than what the Bulls are doing this year. Halliburton has done pretty good as a point guard. I will say he's kind of off and on though, but when he's on, and it looks good.
Nice.
Plays good ball. For the second again, we have the battle for LA, Clippers-Lakers. I'm going Lakers money line. Seems like Luka's a little less lost as the games progress. Only scored 19 against the Mavs. I thought that was bullshit.
It was bullshit because I had him on fucking 20. His over-under was 30.5. I said, that's too high. But he can do 20. That's easy for him. He hit 30-something the other game. That's why he was so high. That fucker hit 19. Not to mention, if he hits that point, Lakers hit their over. It's a conspiracy against me. They know it.
Maybe add on these ones, Luka did not hit 30 points because I don't think he's done it once in a Lakers uniform yet.
No, he did game before last. Because I was shocked. Because I think I took the under it because it was 24.5 and he hit it.
He has me worried that the Mavs were right.
No way.
And that would make me wrong, and I'm never wrong.
No, we have a firm stance against Texas teams around here. They're all fucking stupid. So
Jerry Jones would fucking kill himself. All right, we're going for the last one. Thunder Spurs. Popovich is out for the rest of the year because of his. He had a stroke due to how bad they were doing this season. So he's out the rest of the year. And Wemby is out as well. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he is not out.
no.
He's actually one of the front runners, I think, for MVP this year. He is killing it. I'm going Thunder cover against the Spurs at the Spurs in San Antonio. That's all I have for him today. We give them the picks. They have an opportunity to make money or not make money. It would all be their fault either way.
Absolutely.
Either way, it's their fault. Nothing on us. We just give good information. All right, Tommy. We're going to go on to college basketball.
Oh, boy.
That'll be next. All right, T-Bones. We're going to make our way over to some college basketball hoops.
Oh, boy.
Hooping it up. Who do you have hooping and hollering this weekend?
Well, we're going to start off with Virginia Clemson. Clemson, like always, is playing pretty shitty. So I'm taking Virginia money line on this one. I think it's a
good pick.
Absolutely. I don't trust Virginia. I know those racists love to lose games they shouldn't. So I'm definitely not touching the spread on that one. Then moving on, Maryland against Penn State. I know Penn State's actually playing pretty decent. But I like Maryland just a little bit better because there were 5 states that border West Virginia. And of course I have a favorite and least favorite. Least favorite, of course, is fucking Ohio because
As you should.
Of course, it's an apocalyptic wasteland of subhumans. It's a terrible fucking place, and I think we should annex it from the fucking country. Anyway, on my list, I have Pennsylvania at number 4, and I've got Maryland at number 5 as my favorite state that borders West Virginia because I like the crabs, and Maryland doesn't bother nobodies. Penn State, they like to touch little boys. I didn't forget. And what they did to Joe Paterno was bullshit.
But he knew, Tommy.
He reported it.
He should have reported it again. It wasn't stopped.
How many times do you have guys report things? Shit. They shouldn't have taken the statue down. Anyway, fuck Penn State for being mean to Joe. Go Maryland. Go Crabs. And then lastly, Auburn moneyline against Kentucky. Kentucky, just a couple games ago, lost me a bunch of fucking money when they played Alabama because I hate those fucking SEC pieces of shit. So Auburn, they got to really prove themselves. They're sitting there pretty at number 1, and a lot of people are gunning for them. If they want to keep that number 1 seed moving into the March Madness tournament, they got to win these big games. I know they're getting geared up for the conference tournaments, so this is going to be a precursor to that. They'll see each other again, and this may be the last time Auburn can put the fear of God into them. So I'm taking the War Eagles. Caw!
War Eagle! All right, I'm going to start out with what you ended on, Tommy. I'm going Auburn at Kentucky. I'm going Auburn cover.
Nice.
I like Auburn this year. I have them on my future parlay to win it all.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. On the next game I have ranked Alabama going into Tennessee. Both are very good teams. SEC's on fire this year in basketball, which is a comment that is not normally said about the SEC.
I don't think that's ever been said ever.
No, it's usually foosball or bust. But they are good this year. A lot of them are. A lot of them are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Alabama to beat Tennessee at home.
Ooh.
No Rocky Top. We're going Roll Tide Roll, baby.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Money line on that one.
Man, the Volts aren't going to like that.
They're not. But
They're not playing as well as they did last
you know the
season.
old saying, when people have a problem with something I say, fuck them.
That's true.
Fuck them.
Why don't they go fuck themselves? Why don't they?
Absolutely. We have another ranked matchup in the SEC. Texas A&M at Florida. Both teams are doing well this year. There's a lot of fan support behind Texas A&M, the Aggies. But I'm going with the Gator Chomp, baby. The Florida boys are going to take them out down there. Money line. I think Florida continues their hot streak. Then we have one of them's ranked. We have number 15, Missouri at Vandy. I'm going Vandy money line on that one.
Smart.
We have number 19, Arizona at number 8, Arizona State. I believe that is completely in the Big 12 now. I think Arizona moved to the Big 12.
I think so.
That is a Big 12 matchup. I'm going Arizona money line at Iowa State.
Ooh.
Fuck the Cyclones.
Yeah.
What's a cyclone but a bitch tornado? Keep that for you.
Not even a fucking typhoon.
No. Barely it's pretty much a fucking windstorm.
Oh, yeah. What am I, a wind chime?
Fucking idiots, man. All right, for my last one, we are going for a matchup in the Big Ten. Number 11, Wisconsin, at number 14, Michigan State. Izzo has been a staple at Michigan State, their basketball program. It has a lot of prestige because of Izzo, but that don't fucking matter. I'm going Wisconsin. Go Badgers.
Ooh, yeah.
Go Badgers. The W on their uniforms for wins. And I'm going Wisconsin. All right, Tommy. And we're going to get to our WWE picks next. That's going to be a treat for everyone.
That'll be fun.
And we're going to get to that next.
Not here.
All right, Tommy. We have a premium live event because pay-per-views don't exist in WWE anymore because no one buys it from their cable company.
Thank God.
Thank God. Now you just got to pay Peacock $5.99 a month. I remember when I was a young boy, these things were $40 a piece on pay-per-view. Now just pay $5.99. Just a small. You forego your biggie bag for 1 week, and you've got Peacock and wrestling. What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
All right, Tommy. It is the Elimination Chamber. This is a big event every year. It's on the road to WrestleMania. The winners get a main event spot for a title shot of their choosing. We're going to start with the men's. The field we have is John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and the social media megastar, Logan Paul. Logan Paul is coming in at plus 2,500. No one is taking this man to win. He did slap the shit out of CM Punk on Monday, which was pretty cool. I wish I could slap CM Punk for being a bitch.
He deserves it.
Yeah, the Second City Sun, bullshit.
God.
Tommy, on this miraculous event, it's going to be full of high action, stunts all over the place. It's going to be a bloodbath. Who do you have taking home that main event spot at WrestleMania? It's versus Cody Rhodes for the title.
Yeah. I don't think I could see anyone else winning this one. And you can't either. John Cena!
The Peacemaker himself.
I love Johnny C. I took him to win the Royal Rumble. He didn't. He's due a win. I think he's the heavy favorite for a reason. This guy wrestles with Scooby-Doo. This guy does movies with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. The guy can do it all. I think he's got this fight, and I don't like his competition. I don't know much of them, but I know CM Punk's a bitch. Logan Paul is bitch made.
He's not allowed in Egypt anymore.
He's not allowed in Egypt anymore. I'm pretty sure he's not.
Still banned from Japan for the Suicide Force thing.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, dumbass.
And then is it him or is it Jake fighting Conor McGregor?
It was supposed to be Jake, but the UFC has his contract, and they're not approving anyone to fight the Pauls.
Thank God.
Dana hates Jake. I would say you can't hate Logan because he's in business for Prime with him.
Yeah.
Prime's the official drink of the UFC. So
Wow. Money.
It's weird to have like a good business relationship with a brother and be like, nah, I'm not going to fucking talk to your brother. Don't even bring him in this building.
That's funny. That's what Seth Rogen says to Dave Franco.
Yeah, don't bring your brother here anymore. He's not allowed to smoke with us. Ever. All right. For my
What do you got?
pick, I'm going... It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Honestly, looking at the odds here by DraftKings and WWE, they obviously want you to even know that John Cena is going to win this thing at minus 600.
Yeah.
I think maybe the WWE puts out that information to do like a Kaiser Soze, swap it up on him. And I'm going to go with...
So, bitch, Kaiser Soze, me.
I'm going to go with CM Punk with the old switcheroo because I think I want John Cena to win. You can't see me.
Right.
But, you know, the guy I just said I fucking hate got slapped by Logie Paul. He is a fan favorite with the marks, and he has a good chance at winning. They kept him the closest to, you know, even money on the bet at plus 400. Everyone else skyrockets to almost plus 1,000.
Yeah.
So I think it's between John Cena and CM Punk. I think this minus 600 might be a swerve on the WWE's part to make people think, oh, John Cena's going to win. They'll give you that frame during the PLE of John Cena and CM Punk staring at each other, and you think, this is where John Cena wins it. He's about to pin him for the win. Nah. That's when CM Punk's going to hit the go to sleep on him, GTS, baby. And I think he beats John Cena.
Oh, wow.
I'm not happy about it. As much as I look like I'd be happy about it there, I just know what his finisher is. I do not like CM Punk. The straight edge, bitch. Like,
No.
I don't like him. I just don't like him. He's not entertaining to me. He should go get kicked out of AEW again. But I digress, and we're moving on. We are going on to the women's Elimination Chamber match. The field is Bianca Belair, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Bayley. Bayley is coming in at last at plus 1,200. Bianca is the favorite at minus 140. Who do you have, Tommy, taking home that spot versus Rhea Ripley?
I don't know hardly anything about the female fighters, unfortunately. But this is one I'm kind of following you on. I think the odds are indicative of it. And I think the first one is a sucker bet. You don't go with the number one bet. It's like when you're betting touchdown scores. You don't go with the number one odds. You go with number 2, 3. I think on this one, you're going to go down the list. I think Alexa Bliss is going to take it at plus 900 odds. I like the number 9. It's my lucky number. And there's not much more to it than that. I think she's got it for that reason alone.
I like that. Her finisher is Twisted Bliss, and she was also very close with the departed Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
And that would be, I know, a kind of like homage win to him. She when she came out for Royal Rumble, had a thing on her jacket for him, which was that was pretty cool on her part. And I think she's going to go into working with his brother in the WWE now with the Wyatt 6, but that is not confirmed, so I'm not going to be that guy. I am going on this one plus 900 as well, but Liv Morgan.
Okay.
I think Liv Morgan, this is the last stop of her Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. Her and Rhea are actually currently 1-1 in matches, so this would be the settling third bout.
Oh, yeah.
I think it has a good build-up where they have history over this past year of having matches. I think Liv takes this one home. and I have a theory on why. Bianca and Naomi are the favorites. Everyone thinks that. I think Naomi might be getting a little kick because her husband is in the main event of, actually, her brother-in-law. I was wrong. There are twins, so that's on me.
It's close enough.
Her brother-in-law is in it, the main event of one of the nights of WrestleMania, Jey Uso. Yeet. But I think, this is what I think. Jade is going to return. Jade Cargill, who was Bianca's partner who got beaten into a vacation. I think Naomi's who stepped in as Bianca's tag team partner. I think Naomi's the one that jumped Jade. They don't have video of the jumping happen, but they believe it was Liv Morgan and Raquel. I don't think so. I think it's a swerve. There's a reason they haven't shown us the fight happening. I think Jade returns at Elimination Chamber, cost Naomi and Bianca a shot at winning the fight at all, and I think Liv Morgan sneaks it in at the end because I don't think Roxanne Perez would be a good match against Rhea Ripley, and I just don't know if they're going to give Bayley another title shot right now as she's just came off of a title run, and I don't think she's as hot right now with the fans. So I'm going Liv Morgan plus 900. We're both going plus 900 here.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
You got a little script there going.
Oh, yeah. I think I figured it out, but we won't know until Saturday. So
The anticipation.
make sure you turn on Peacock tonight and catch the Elimination Chamber live from Toronto, Canada. But you guys have a safe week. Tommy, what do they need to do?
You need to follow, like, and subscribe to our channels. Follow us on all major social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. Rumble, I hear, we're there as well. If you use Rumble, you might be one of the people that use it. But like us down below. Comment. Tell us what you liked about the episode. What did you hate? Do you like our faces? Let us know in the comments.
My mom says I have a pretty face.
His mom says he's a pretty face.
That's one person, at least. And if you have extra time, go ahead and like all Jay's photos on Instagram. It's nice to do. Makes me feel good about myself. And then it's not just my mom saying it. It would be some other people as well.
That's true. We need the validation.
Oh, man. Without validation, I would surely kill myself.
That's
It
true.
would be the end for Jay. I'd sink a Ford Focus right into the fucking ocean. Because you wouldn't miss a Ford Focus. Like, if you did it in any other car, like, your family would have to be pissed. Like, he could have just left that to us. But no, Ford Focus are like, I'm glad he did it.
Yeah, you
it
don't
had to be done.
You don't have to pay the tow company to
There's a
come get it.
reason Ford doesn't make them anymore. And that's because their shit belong in the bottom of oceans.
But they do make good coral reefs for fish.
They do make good coral reefs, so put Ford Focuses in the ocean. It's not littering. It's not littering at all.
The more
Alright,
you
guys.
know.
All right, guys. Be safe out there. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Dance on it. Come on, man. I'm dancing with the fucking stars, man.